The rear AC unit for this 2018 Ford Expedition has arrived. And this unit comes with everything. The little actuator motors, a heater core, evaporator core with expansion valve. I mean, it's got everything, the blower motor, the whole 9 yards. So we're going to install that today. If you'll remember, on a previous video, we diagnosed this Expedition. The rear AC wasn't very cold coming out. We took all this apart and got in there and found out that this case here was actually, the old case was actually mixing hot air from the heater core with the cold air in the evaporator core. So we found that Ford had a TSB out on it, technical service bulletin. If the vehicle fell within a certain date, that it had a design change, and it required a whole new unit here to be put in it. So I'm going to start taking that apart. Now, if you're trying to do this yourself, you probably need to have, if you don't have the equipment, have somebody remove the Freon out of it. Then when you're done, you can have them to charge it back up. But anyway, get started. So we're going to remove this trim panel right here, and it just snaps in place. Just snaps in place. You just pull up on it. Next, you'll remove this top upper one. Just grab it the same way. Just start pulling down on it. Unclip it from all the little clips. It does have a seat belt that runs through it here. And we can just feed it out through this hole. So next will be this side corner panel right here. It also has a seat belt that goes through it, but we'll just leave that in place, lay the trim panel down here, and we can work around that. So we'll just start popping it out of them clips by just pulling out on it. Has an electrical connector here. Let's unplug it. It's a little push deal. And we'll just pull the slack out of that, and we'll just leave it right there. Next, we'll go to these little strap buckles here. You got two of them here, one here, one up there. They have these little covers on them. Sits in there like that. You'll take a pick and come up to the top side of it and kind of pry that up and let it slip down past this tab. I'm going to do this one right now. Now they'll have 17 millimeter bolt on this one and on the other one. We need to remove both them buckles. Now, going through the right rear door, we're going to lay the seat down, and then right down here, there's where this seat belt is going down in here. There's a cover right here. I'm just going to pop that cover out. I'm pulling out on it, and then there is a big nut right here that holds this seat belt in place, the anchor point for that, and we're going to remove that out. I think that's a 15 millimeter. Still working through this right rear door. We're going to have to move this seat forward. And we can let it down, and then we're going to work on removing this lower panel right here, and that should just start popping up. You just have to work around it, get here at the back, start pulling up on it. You may have to use a trim tool on it. Sometimes, most of the time you can grab them though and just pull straight up. Yeah, there we go. Get it here. We got one more clip underneath here. Let me try raising this seat up and see if that will help any at all. Hang on just a second. Okay, that raised the seat up when I moved it up. So now we should be able to get the last clip off of it. I'm sorry about the lighting. We'll set this out of the way. set our seat back down. That's the end of our anchor point on our seat buckle. That will feed back through up here. When we get ready to take it off, we'll just run this buckle through the slot here. But we need to remove this trim panel right here that's on the side. Okay, we're going to start detaching this rear quarter panel here. So we'll just start popping it loose from the clips on the front here. We'll kind of pull it out on the back here. You don't want to get too aggressive with this. Got plenty of time. And we'll go to the front and start pulling it out the same way. Now you may have to pull this door weather strip a little bit out. Real easy to do, no big deal. And we'll start trying to detach the clips from this trim panel. I think we have a bolt here though that I forgot about. So let's look at that real quick. Okay, going through the right rear door again on this inside part right here where this grab handle is, there is a little cover there. We need to pop that cover out. Just grab it with a pick or something to pop it out, and there will be probably a 7mm screw that needs to be removed. There are 2 7mm screws that need to be removed. All right, let's continue trying to remove this. Had to give it a good little pull right there. Move back to the front here. There is a electrical connector. Let's plug it into this light. Let's unplug it. There's one going to the cigarette lighter right here, right on top. We're just going to unplug it. I'm just going to pull straight up on it like that. Then I'm going to go back to the front. And it'll have an electrical connector up here for the power seat. I'm going to unplug it. And it's actually got 2 connectors right back here. You'll see them real easy when you get this pulled out. Just going to pull this straight up. Get it all loose from the front here. Then we can lift it up and then we can remove it on out. Okay, now you want to look for any, if you see any clips like this one that came out, look up in here, make sure there's none that stayed into the body of the vehicle. If you see one of them, we need to put that back in place, and then it's missing right here. So we'll just slide that back in place. Back through the right rear door on these ductworks. On the lower one, you just pull out on it. It just sets right in there, and there will be a little electrical connector right here that you'll unplug. You probably don't even have to unplug it really. On the upper, it has a clip here, like a push type clip. Just get in there, undo it. There's one on the other side we'll need to undo. We may be able to push it down far enough once we get that done, or we may have to unhook this top one. Not sure yet. Nope, popped right off. We're going to need to go underneath the vehicle, underneath this right rear, and detach the heater hoses from the heater core and detach the AC lines. Now you are going to need a drain pan under there. So when you pull them hoses off, you're going to have antifreeze that comes out of it. Now I didn't drain the antifreeze from the radiator. You can if you want. I'm just going to pull it off and let it drain right there. Okay, looking up from under the vehicle, right here's where the AC lines go in. You'll remove that 13mm nut right here. Them lines will come out. Next, you'll have these two heater hoses that hook up. Now, these can be a pain. They do make a tool that goes in the sides of these little openings here on these black couplers, and you can put a tool up in there and release them clips. I've got the tool, but it seemed to be very much easier to do with just pushing this up, kind of work it around, break it loose, and then kind of push these clips in with my fingers on both sides and kind of work them out. I won't be able to show you because I gotta have both hands to do this. All right, I do have these loose. They're ready to be pulled off. And I just did it with my hand, squeezing these tabs in. If you're having problems removing it, you can get a tool. I don't have the exact same size tool for that particular coupler like I thought I did, but I'm sure you could get one. It's just like a crowfoot looking thing. This is one for a different size. You'll slide it in these slots here. Get the other side up here. There's a bigger side on the other end. You'll just slide it in them slots like that right there. You'll push up, that'll release them plastic tabs, and then you pull down on the hose. So next I'll pull these lines off, but I'm going to kind of get clear a little bit because we're going to have antifreeze pouring out of here. So as you can see, you lose very little antifreeze if you just undo them down here. You don't lose all your antifreeze out of your engine, like when you're just draining it from a radiator. Okay, I'm back under with the hoses removed. See this white collar right here that's on these tubes? We need to save them. So you just kind of bend these down, these tabs down, kind of twist it and work them out like that right there. And then that needs to be put back in the end of this. You know, antifreeze going all over the place. But anyway, you understand what I'm talking about. That needs to go back inside there. See these little gap openings? That's where these little tab part right here needs to line up with. And it'll snap right back in place. Same way with this one right here. Pull it down This side, don't want to break them, but just pull them down. They're kind of forgiving. And we'll kind of just gently twist it. Keep twisting it and pull it off. And then we'll insert them back in. Now we're going to need to remove a 13mm mounting bolt right here, and then one right here. Next, we're ready to remove it. We'll just grab the top of it, pull it out, and then pull it up and out. Okay, from the inside looking down at the AC lines, it's got 2 seals there. We're going to need to replace them. You'll just pull these 2 seals off right here, clean that up real good, then put some new seals on it. This is a seal kit that they gave me. It's got a few different seals on it that did come from Ford. And anyway, new case, old case, they look identical. So the design change is probably inside the case. So if you're going to charge the AC system yourself, you will need to add 2 ounces of AC oil. You can buy these little cans right here. They got 2 ounces in them, and you can shoot that in there and then put your Freon in. It holds 37 ounces of Freon. Okay, got it all back together, got it charged up. When we first started this project, this was only getting down to 71 back here. We got a 49. Around 49. Pretty cold. Anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.